Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Seattle Pilots versus the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for the Pilots today is Bob Meyer, whose record is 1-0 with a 10.80 ERA. And pitching for the Chicago White Sox, making his season debut, is Greg Bollo. And yep, we sure did lose our first game in the last 8 yesterday to the Baltimore Orioles. We lost 7-3. We gave up 6 runs after the first 2 innings, and the game was pretty much over after that. Wayne Comer did have 3 hits and drove in all 3 runs, so he was the player of the game, but we were due to take a big loss, and I hope that we got it out of our system. We packed up our stuff. We went to Chicago to play the White Sox, and we have a 3-game series before we finally get a day off here on the 18th. So let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We have on the mound today Bob Meyer making his 3rd start. He had 1 terrible one, 1 good one. And we have all of the bullpen available today. Here's our lineup against Greg Bollo. I think that's the way you pronounce it. We did change the lineup a little bit, the configuration. Otherwise, it's our same group of guys in there versus right-handers. And let's go ahead and do the official Pilots lineup rundown for today's ballgame. Batting leadoff in right field is Tommie Harper. Batting second at first base is Mike Hegan. Batting third at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup, playing left field is Tommie Agee. Batting fifth and catching is Jerry McNertney. Batting sixth at shortstop is Fred Stanley. Batting seventh in center field is Steve Hovely. Batting 8th at second base is Van Kelly. And batting 9th is our pitcher, Bob Meyer. Let's take a look at Greg Bollo making his first start of the year, as I mentioned in the pregame. You see here that he did make 1 start in his career prior to this season back in 1966 when he was 22 years old. He never pitched another game in the majors after that season. So everything that we see with Greg Bollo at this point is all gravy for him. I don't have a lot of information about Greg Bollo, or Bollo perhaps, except that he is from Kalamazoo, Michigan. He went to Western Michigan University. He has a fastball that tops out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 40%. His screwball is rated at 96. Wow, that's impressive. Overall, he is rated an 84 out of 89. The 25-year-old righty doesn't go to arbitration until 1971. Okay, there's the defense for the Chicago White Sox. Pretty damn good, except for at first base where they have some guy named Blanco, and they have Carreon behind the plate, who's got a rating of 83 for an arm. So maybe we'll have a little bit better luck running on him. Okay, here we go. Tommie Harper leading off against Greg Bollo. Oh, Tommie Harper goes deep to lead off the ball game. He hasn't done that since opening day, where he hit a home run to start off the Seattle Pilots franchise. So good start for Harper. You can see why I have him batting the leadoff. Try to get him as many at-bats as we can. And, of course, we bring in a defensive replacement late in the ball game. So our team leading 4th home run, we have Mike Hegan up next. Hegan batting .245 with a home run. Ground ball to second. Good play there by the second baseman, Hansen. Also, I guess I didn't realize until just now that their shortstop, Woodie is rated a 64. So he's out of position. One down here is Rich Rollins. Rollins gets a base hit into center field. Mack Jones gets it in quickly. So we have a runner on first with one down. And Tommie Agee coming up. Agee batting .286 as a pilot. And he strikes out on a pitch that's so far low and outside. That's a devastating screwball that Greg Bollo has. I apologize. I'm day to day right now, guys. I have a little bit of a sinus headache going on. So I'm trying to play through it like a tough guy. Here we go. Runner on first, two down. Jerry McNertney up. And McNertney hits a ground ball to Held, and he fields that one cleanly. So we get the leadoff home run from Harper. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the White Sox for the first time this season. First time we're playing a opponent within our own division. We have Johnny Callison leading off, playing right field. Batting second in left field is Carlos May. Batting third in center field is Mack Jones. Batting cleanup, playing shortstop is Woodie Held. Batting fifth, playing third base is Bill Melton. Batting sixth at second base is Ron Hansen. Batting seventh, playing first base is Ossie Blanco. Batting eighth and catching is Carreon. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Greg Bollo. Let's take a look at Bob Meyer, making his third start. You see here that he played for three different teams in 1964. I'm not sure I highlighted that before, but he played for the Yankees, the Angels, and the Kansas City A's before he was taken by the Pilots in the expansion draft. No, I'm sorry, he didn't come over in the expansion draft. He got traded over here mid-season in 1969. And then he did play 1 year in 1970 for the Yankees again, I believe it was. So he is making his third start. You see, not so good. Look at his log. That'll tell you all you need to know. He went 1 2/3 innings, giving up 6 earned runs, 5 hits, and did not strike out anyone. Bounced back nicely against Minnesota, going 5 innings, getting the win, only giving up 3 runs and striking out 5, which is kind of what I'm hoping that he can do. He's got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Ground ball percentage is 32.5%. The fastball is also rated a 95, so it's got speed. It's got a high rating. Overall, he is rated an 80. The 29-year-old lefty goes to arbitration next year. Let's take a look at our defense. And we do have Harper out in right field as a liability. Otherwise, we have a pretty strong infield. And we've got our guy McNertney behind the plate. So here's Johnny Callison leading off. He came over in a trade with the Phillies right after opening day. And Callison flips it to left. There's 1 down. That will bring up Carlos May. Full count to May, and he strikes out on a fastball inside. 98 miles an hour. Meyer reached back and got all of that one. 2 down for Mack Jones. Mack Jones came over in a trade with the Expos before the season started. And he hits a ground ball to second, where Kelly tosses him out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Meyer. We go to the top of the second inning with Fred Stanley leading off. Stanley, we moved him up in the lineup as the bottom of our lineup was struggling up until yesterday's ball game. So we may as well try to get a productive batter higher up in the lineup. Of course, he strikes out on that screwball. Second K for Bollo. 1 out. Here's Steve Hovely. Hovely struggling since we gave him the starting spot. Here he walks. So we have some speed on first. Now that we're at the bottom of the lineup, I think we should steal, attempt to steal anyway, with Hovely. and then maybe we can get lucky with Van Kelly. So we're going to take a little bit of a risk here. Hovely trying to steal second. Oh, it was up and inside. I don't know how Kelly didn't get hit in the face with that pitch. Hovely steals second base. That is his second stolen base on the year. He's 2 for 2. And now Kelly has a chance here to drive in a run. 1-0 count to Kelly. And a base hit all the way up against the wall. Hovely scores. Kelly has himself a double. That is his first career double. Nicely done by Van Kelly, driving in a run. Now the pitcher, Bob Meyer, is up. We're going to try to hit to the right side. Not a sacrifice, but maybe good enough to get Kelly over. Ground ball to first. That will get Kelly to third. Good job by Bob Meyer. And we're back to Tommie Harper, who went deep to lead off the ball game. Here he hits a slow roller to short, and Held tosses him out. So we go to the bottom of the second inning as we put another run on the board. It's 2-0. Here's Woodie Held. He's 37 years old, and he is their shortstop. That is his main position, but he's just poor defensively everywhere. Hard to believe that he's a starting player with that kind of liability in the field. He strikes out on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Meyer. Looking good so far today. That was his second strikeout. Next man up is Bill Melton. Melton ground ball to short. 2 quick outs for Meyer as Ron Hansen steps up. And he gets a base hit up the middle, so there's the first base hit for the Sox today. Hansen on first for Ossie. Blanco batting .391 with a home run. And a pass ball gets Hansen over. So Hansen in scoring position now for Blanco. Blanco doesn't even have a photo. I guess I couldn't find one. He flips it to right on a line, and it will be caught by Harper for out number 3. We keep the White Sox off the board. We move to the top of the third inning. Mike Hegan leading off. I tend to think that the White Sox are going to be the team that's going to win the division in the end. They have the oldest team in the division. I mean, the A's are basically new. Obviously, Kansas City and Seattle are new. Minnesota's not a good team. As Hegan walks to lead off, it's perfect for Rich Rollins to hit and run. Comebacker to Bollo as Hegan advances to second. Let's see if Tommie Agee can drive him in. And a base hit up the middle. Hegan's got good speed coming around third. Oh, he's not going to be able to make it. We're going to throw up the brakes. Mack Jones, good arm. It's first and third. We're going to request a sac fly from McNertney. McNertney's got 14 RBIs in 13 games. That's including today. So he is driving in runs. Let's see if we can get it to the outfield here. 0-2 count. He strikes out on a fastball. I'm sure he was looking for the screwball, and Bollo threw nothing but gas. That will leave it up to Fred Stanley to drive in a run, and he's going to make contact, kind of protecting himself with an 0-2 count, and he grounds out to second. So we strand 2. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0. Pilots. Okay, why do I keep calling him Cam Cameron? It's Cam Carreon. His son played for the Tigers, Mark Carreon. 1-2 count, and Meyer strikes him out. Doesn't matter what his name is, it's sit down right now. 1 out for the pitcher. And he makes some good contact. Is that going to find a way to fall in? No. It will carry deep enough for Hovely to make the catch. Good pop by Bollo. 2 down, back to the top of the lineup with Callison, who strikes out. Bob Meyer might be finding his groove here. That is his 4th strikeout. We go to the top of the 4th inning with Steve Hovely leading off. Hovely walked the first time up. He needs a couple base hits here to get his average back to the Mendoza line. He lines out to left. 1 out for Van Kelly. Kelly strikes out swinging. 4 Ks for Bollo. And Bob Meyer also strikes out of that screwball. So 5 Ks for Bollo. He's looking pretty strong here. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Carlos May leading off. We've got 3 lefties at the top of the lineup. And then all righties. May grounding out to 3rd. 1 down. Mac Jones up next. 2-2 count. Ground ball to 2nd. Kelly throws him out. I don't want to jinx our team, but through 13 plus games, we have been pretty good defensively, right? I mean, even with the liability out there in right field, there's a base hit to center from Woodie held. A 2-out single. I feel like we've been pretty solid. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we're 9-4. And then Bill Melton goes to right for a base hit. Now that ball fell in front of Harper. Maybe a better defender would have caught that ball. That's always a possibility. It's 1st and 3rd now, though, for Ron Hansen. Hansen batting 184, no home runs, and only average power. We're going to play straight away with 2 down. Meyer gets Hansen to hit a ground ball to Hegan, and that'll do it. So the shutout is intact. We go to the top of the 5th. We're back to Tommie Harper. Harper, 1 for 2, a home run today, and possibly a base hit. It does fall in for a single. Will he stretch it for 2? No. I feel like every time that is really just a way to tease us. Okay, so Hegan, we're going to let him take a cut. I know he is not batting well in the number 2 spot, but we don't have anybody better. I don't know who else would fit that role. And a double play. So that is what happens when you don't have a good hitter there. And Rollins grounds out to 1st. So that was a bummer of an inning. It ended before it even really began. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's the bottom 3rd of the lineup for Meyer at 57 pitches with Ossie Blanco leading off. And Blanco is going to get a double into the gap in right center field. That is Blanco's 4th double of the season in just 25 at-bats. So there's a runner in scoring position now for Carreon. 2-2 count and a base hit to center. So that'll get a run on the board. Oh, Blanco's going to hold. Well, this is good. We're going to pull the infield in with the pitcher up. Let's see if this pays off. 2-2 count. And he strikes him out as he should. 5 Ks now. And it's lefty on lefty. So we're going to play back. I'll give up a run for a double play. The catcher running at first. Callison's got good speed. It's going to be tough to double him up. But we're going to give it our best shot here. First pitch swinging. And a fly ball to center. It's shallow. Blanco is going to hold. And Meyer has a chance to get out of the inning here. First 2 guys reached base. Let's see if Meyer can go after Carlos May. May only batting 163 so far. Ground ball to third. Rollins throws him out. Shutout intact. Moving on to the sixth. Tommie Agee leading off. Agee walks. Third walk by Bollo. Okay, let's use McNertney to our advantage. Yeah, he does have 3 home runs. We're going to ask him to lay down a bunt, something he does well. Maybe we'll catch him off guard here. Full count. He taps it right back to Bollo, and Agee is in scoring position. So good job by McNertney. Opportunity here for Stanley to drive in a run. A ground ball up the middle. That'll move Agee over and leave it up to Hovely to get the run in. Hovely was clutch early on in the season, and now he just doesn't do anything. A line drive to left. Hey, it falls in for a hit. Agee scores. We're going to hold Hovely to a single, and it's 3-0 Pilots. Looking good. Hovely already has a stolen base today. I think we're going to let Kelly swing. Ground ball to the low-rated shortstop. Solid play, though. And that is out number 3. So we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bob Meyer at 74 pitches. And he's got an 81 endurance, so he could probably go another couple of innings at the pace he is right now. Ground ball by Mack Jones to third. There's 1 out. Here's Woodie held. He's got 1 of the 5 White Sox hits. And Meyer issues his first walk. So at this point, we have to keep an eye on Meyer. He's pitching well today, but he walked 4 or 5 batters in his first appearance, so we know he can get loose. As Melton smokes it to deep right center field, caught just before the warning track for out number 2. Runner on first, that's Woodie held. Here's Ron Hansen, and Hansen's going to get another hit into center field. Held goes to third. And that's going to bring up probably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. It's Ossie Blanco. Last name is Blanco, and his picture is blank. 1-2 count. A ground ball to third. And Rollins, solid defensively. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Still 3-0. Bob Meyer's up. I think he's got another inning in him, right? We have to let him pitch. So we have to let him hit. He's 0 for 4 on the year. Gets some, makes contact anyway. Sends the ball to center field. Bollo, I guess is it Bollo or Bollo? I really don't know. But he's over the century mark in pitches. And we're back to Tommie Harper. Harper 2 for 3, and now he's walked, and that will do it for Bollo. Not the worst performance. They're going to bring in Don Eddy. This is the only card in Don Eddy's entire career. It's a 1972 Rookie Stars card. These cards are awesome. They just Topps just did the Heritage collection where they reprinted these cards, but with modern players. They're pretty awesome cards. Psychedelic, tripping balls, man. You see, not a lot here on Don Eddy. Fastball tops out at 91 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 40. Fastball highly rated at a 92. Overall an 82 rating. The 22-year-old lefty goes to arbitration in 71. Weird they're bringing in Eddy with one left-hander up, but we're going to let him take a cut. Oh, he strikes out. Hegan, not good in that position. We're going to let Rich Rollins swing here too. And he pops up. to his counterpart at third, Bill Melton, and that will do it. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bob Meyer is at 90 pitches with Carreon leading off. Look at that, Carreon 4 for 8 so far this season. Tough out. Striking him out though, 6 Ks for Bob Meyer, and they're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It is Buddy. It's your buddy, Buddy Bradford. 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter so far with a strikeout. Really great defensively. Impressive. Okay, here we go. 1 down. Buddy Bradford. Bradford, a ground ball to short. Play made by Stanley. 2 down, and we're back to the top of the lineup with the lefties, starting with Johnny Callison. Oh, he walks him. Look at how many pitches he threw. He even mixed in a hard curve. All right, we're going to give... Meyer's going to try to get these last 2 lefties, and then that'll probably be it for him. He's over 100 pitches. That is a season high. Ground ball to third. Can Rollins handle one more? He does. Good job by Bob Meyer today. And Dan Osinski is the new pitcher for the White Sox. He did not pitch in 1968. I don't know why. He has thrown 4 games so far this year, 4 2/3 innings, more walks than strikeouts. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 54.8%. He's got 3 pitches, only 1 good one. That's the changeup. Also, I guess he's got a curveball just below average. The 35-year-old variety goes to free agency next year. All right, here is Tommie Agee leading off. And a base hit for Agee. There we go. 7 hits now for the Pilots. Do we want to go for 2? Not against Mack Jones. Jerry McNertney. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Yeah, McNertney 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Here we go. 1-2 count. And he strikes out again. Interesting. So we have a runner on first. 1 down. Here's Fred Stanley. Stanley, we move him up. He goes 0 for 3. Let's get him on the board here. He dumps it into left center field. Is that going to fall in? No, it will be caught. So an 0 for Stanley today. That'll leave it up to Steve Hovely. Hovely 1 for 2 with a ribby. And a line drive caught by the first baseman, Blanco. I thought that was going down the line. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're going to let Meyer pitch to Mack Jones. Oh, we're going to do a couple things here. First of all, defensive replacement. Harper coming out. We're bringing in Steve Whitaker. All right, so this is the last batter that Meyer is facing today. Mack Jones, 2-0 count, and a line drive right at Hegan. And that will do it for Meyer. He threw 112 pitches today. A very successful game. Gets his ERA down to 5.14. That'll bring in our setup man. It is Diego Segui. Diego Segui, David Segui's dad. I don't know if you knew that or not. I'm letting you know. 7th game of the season, 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. That's always bad. He's got 10 innings pitched. He does have a save. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage pretty low, 38.9%. His best pitch is a forkball. Overall rated a 77, 31-year-old variety. Goes to free agency in 1971. Okay, Woodie held. He's a cleanup man leading. With 1 down, steps up. Ground ball to Hegan. 2 down for Bill Melton. And Melton gets a base hit up the middle. Second hit for Melton today. So runner on first with 2 down. Ron Hansen's up. And he strikes out. Good job by Agee. We're going to the 9th inning. We've had 4 shutouts in the last 7 ball games, I believe. And we're on the verge of getting another here as Van Kelly steps in. And Kelly gets a base hit up the middle. Good job by Kelly. He's 2 for 4 today. Do we pinch hit for Agee? Or do we let him close the ball game out? I don't really have a lot of faith in Agee as a pitcher yet. So let's try to get some more runs on the board. Of these clowns, who has the best hit and run? Is it Danny Walton? He's got a 75 contact. Wayne Comer has a 75. I don't think it's Gordy Lund. No, it's not Gordy. And we know it's not Euler or Velasquez. So we're going to pinch hit Wayne Comer. And we're going to ask him to hit and run. Let's see if he can make contact here. Doesn't strike out much. Oh no, he swung and missed. Oh, and Kelly is gunned down stealing second. That's bullshit. I hope that's not the momentum change. Oh, base hit for Comer. Okay, well, shoot. That sucks. Okay, so Comer's on first. 1 down. Here's Steve Whitaker getting a token at bat. Defensive replacement. And a pass ball gets Comer over. So this is working back into our favor. Osinski a little bit wild out there. 2-1 count to Whitaker. And he hits a comebacker to Osinski. It does manage to move Comer up for Hegan. Hegan really struggling. He has walked today. 2-1 count. And another tapper back to Osinski. And that's the final out. So we are going to bring in our closer. We've got a 3-run lead. Mike Marshall hasn't really looked great this year. 6th appearance. He's got a 6 ERA, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 saves, and a bluey. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. And the fastball is his best pitch rated in 84. The 26-year-old righty, arbitration next season. Okay, and it is the bottom of the lineup, so we like that. We're good defensively. Here is Ossie Blanco leading off. 1 for 3 today. Ground ball to Rollins. He's been busy over there. 3rd today. 1 out. Cam Carreon gets plonked in the elbow. That's stupid. That is a stupid, dumb thing to do. And now the lefties are coming up. What is Marshall's record against lefties so far this year? Oh, 0 for 7 with a walk. So I guess we have to give it a shot. This is who's pinch hitting. It's Bob Spence. He's an everyday player, so he must not be playing because we had a lefty starter. Okay, here we go. Bob Spence is up. This is a good pitch hit call by the computer AI. Spence lines out to center, so 2 down for Johnny Callison. We are on the verge of having another shutout. 2-2 count to Callison, and he strikes out on the screwball. The Pilots win 3-0 over the White Sox. Handshakes, butt slaps, slappy steaks. Okay, wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 shutouts. And maybe a trade offer. It's stewing in its juices, trying to come up with a good offer for us. Thinking about it, and nothing came out. All right. Well, let's take a look at the standings. We are 10-4 on the season. White Sox fall to 5-9. Baltimore back on top over the Yankees. Take a look at the NL. St. Louis has also won 10 games. San Francisco and the Bravos are tied for the West. Let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Baltimore wins 5-4 to take first place back. Fred Bean was on the mound. Can't tell you what he did. Boog Powell had a home run, 2 RBI. Frank Robinson did a good job. Nothing else to report. We need to get a beat reporter here for the Pilots. Maybe we need to hire James in to be the reporter. Let's take a look at transactions. There is a so there is a trade. We saw that Rogelio Moret was injured yesterday, but they add this today. The Dodgers are trading Bill Russell, future All-Star shortstop, to the White Sox for Luis Aparicio, who's toward the end of his career. He goes to the Dodgers, becomes their shortstop. It was only batting 146 this year, so not great as those things kind of go. He's got 454 career stolen bases. So there's an interesting trade between the Sox and the Dodgers. Maybe we'll see. Well, I guess not. Bill Russell's probably in single A. So let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Yesterday, strangely enough, was the most hours viewed in one day in the history of my channel. Kind of amazing. I don't know why, but it happened. Player of the game, we're going to give it to Tommie Harper, going deep to lead off the ball game. That was all we needed. Bob Meyer pitched really well, going 7 1/3 innings, giving up 6 hits and 2 walks and 6 Ks. So he's coming around to who we thought he would be. Diego Segui and Mike Marshall do their gerbs. Greg Bollo pitched pretty well considering, but not good enough to get the win. And okay, that's it. So we're going to come back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, no baseball game tomorrow. It is the Detroit Lions 1980 alternate history. We're playing the New York Giants. Should be a game that we can win. So only the football game tomorrow. Until then, everyone, have a great day.